the Charm City Comedy Project! Guys, I am so excited to be here. Every time I come here, we've got a blast, and we have a fantastic lineup for you this evening. We've got the best of stand-up and the best of improv. Tonight, we've got Todd Moffat, Jeff Heisen, Yoshi Yui, and for improv, we have Erasable Ink, and my personal favorite, African American. But before that happens, as I am your host, Allan Sidley, I want to talk to you guys about some things going on in my life. I don't mean to brag, but things are going really good for me recently. I actually just joined a co-op that owns agricultural equipment in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. That's right, guys. I've got hoes in different area codes. But the problem is it's a co-op, right? So I don't own it 100% of the time. This last time I went to the DC spot, my stuff wasn't there. I was like, damn, these hoes are not loyal. That's what those rap songs are actually about if you look them up online. There's been a lot of current events going on these past couple of weeks, right? There's just a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to make any jokes about it, but if you want to talk to me outside afterwards, as a straight white male, I'm about the expert, and I can provide all the context on all the issues going on. That's what I can do. We can have those conversations. Guys, this is absolutely true. A few weeks ago, in my house, I got way too high. And as I was staring at myself in the mirror, I was like, I just need to trim a couple of these beard hairs. And I woke up the next day, and my entire beard was gone. And guys, that's like a downgrade, because that takes me from like a masculine Ferris Bueller and just turns me into somebody you know's stepdad. It's like, no matter what I do, those kids hate me. But damn it, they will respect me. I'm too white to beat my kids. But I will whoop some kids that aren't mine. That's just what I'm saying. Yeah. But guys, being bearded and Caucasian though, I get the best of both worlds. Girls with daddy issues find me attractive. And TSA doesn't slow me down at the airport. It's real great, it's real great. Fortunately guys, my girlfriend, she recently broke up with me. But for the purpose of these jokes, we're still together! Guys, things with me and my girlfriend are going really great. I think she's gonna be the one, I think so. Ready to settle down, ready to make those moves. Because guys, what you'll understand is she's different from all the other girls I've dated, right? She's got a lot of tattoos, and I find tattoos very attractive on other people, you know? But some of them were a little confusing. There was this one day we were laying in bed, and I was going through her private portrait gallery, right? And I'm like, okay, like, I think I know what this web thing you got going on at your shin, but, you know, I want to hear you say it. I want it to come from you. It's like, well, when I was in 3rd grade, I used to like to make dream catchers. I'm like, okay, that's not what I thought. But then I immediately started thinking about what my life would have been like if in 3rd grade my parents let me get tattoos. Just showing up one day to show and tell, like, what's going on, guys? I got this new tattoo right here. As you can see, it says Heart Mom, because I love my mom. She's the best, guys. My buddy Frederick yells out, yeah, and she makes the best pizza. I'm like, pepperoni pizza, sausage, and supreme. But you know, I would totally get into it, so I have to have like my idols, like obviously across my back. The original Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr., next to Goku and Mega Man, you know, just the people that I looked up to at that age. Those are the guys I looked up to. A little bit about me though, guys. I grew up in the mean streets of Vienna, Virginia. Yeah. This is true. I was actually one of the darker skinned kids at my school. And I listened to a lot of hip hop, so like I actually thought I was gangster. Like, don't find those pictures because they're embarrassing. But you know I'd have to get those teardrop tattoos, right? For every single kid I murdered during freeze tag. Guys, if you're drinking, can you please take a second to pour some out for my little homie, Johnny Z? He's still frozen in recess stuck out there. We're gonna get you, buddy, one day. We're gonna get you. I took a recent trip to Mexico. Clap it up if you like Mexicans. You had to think about that one for a little bit. Guys, this happened to me. There's a thing that happens a lot when you're tall, like small people just running into you all the time. And I was walking around, I had a little bit to drink, and bam, this guy just bumps into me, right? And then this wasn't like your average, like tiny Mexican, no. He was in the middle of the street, and I realized he had no legs and a cup of change. And I'm just like, damn, this panhandler is committed to the game right now. But I was like, you know what, like I live in DC, like I have been trained to not give a fuck about anybody but myself. Like don't give in, don't give in. I don't know if it was the drinks, or maybe I started going through some leg guilt, but at some point, I pull out my money and I'm like, okay, like here's what I got 6 pesos. Not a lot, that's what I have. And as I'm handing it to this guy, I realize he's like, you know what, giving this guy 6 pesos is not gonna bring his legs back. There is not going to be a 6 peso man. We don't have the technology, Holmes. We can't rebuild, we can't rebuild. I love telling that joke because everyone hates me in the beginning of the joke, but then they're like, okay, it's all right. We like you again, we like you again. There's this saying, right? Do hugs, not drugs. But have you ever had a hug while you've been on drugs? That stuff is amazing. Oh my God, I love it, I love it. It's like being back in the womb. I mean, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Terrible thing that happens though, every time I get high, I lose my keys, like every single time. And when you're high, when you lose your keys, you don't just lose your keys, you actually like lose your grip on reality. So I'm just like sitting there, just like, I know I'm putting things in place. Like I have this whole system to not lose my keys. It wasn't my fault, guys. I just know I'm just freaking out. Like I'm going, I got those emotions coming in. I'm like Drake, I go 0 to 100 just real quick right there. I'm like, okay. You know what? I know it wasn't me that lost my keys. You know who's always been really jealous about me? My roommate Eris. He's always been jealous at how tall and white I am. And the fact that TSA doesn't stop me at the airport. So I'm like, okay, you know, he's the one that took it, but I'm gonna text him. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Let's be cordial about this. So I whip out my phone, run the Hangouts, and I'm just like, hey, thieving fuckface, give me back my keys. I know you have them. And we're on Hangouts. I don't know if you know the technology. His head pops up and then it goes away, and I'm just like, asshole, like I saw you. Respond right now. You better do it. He's just like, Alan, I didn't steal your keys. You're just high. I'm just like, damn. And you go through a few phases, right? Like you don't straight up find your keys right away, but there's a few things you gotta play some mind games with yourself. At some point, you got that like false acceptance where you're like, I don't need my keys. I don't care, never need them. I wouldn't even care that right now if I went to open the freezer if they were in there. Fuck, they're not in there, damn it. I thought that would work, But guys, like you never lose your keys forever, right? Like eventually you find your keys. I don't know anyone who's ever lost their keys forever, but I do think what would happen is just like a week would go by, right? And the government would just come knock on your door. They'd just be like, Alan, I don't know if you know the rules in DC, but you haven't found your keys. I hope you can find a nice park bench nearby because you're now homeless. It's like, damn, these DC zoning laws, they're tricky, Gotta read better, I guess, I don't know. I was hanging out with my 2 favorite brothers recently, but let me specify that they're Asian. Their names are Paul and David Chin. Every time I go to see them, I'm like, what's up, 2 chins? But behind their back, I always call them double chins because that's all we do is just, only common activity is eating. So one time we were hanging out. David gets to go up and use the bathroom, and Paul just starts going Super Saiyan on all his food, right? Just eating and eating. I'm just like, eating your brother's chicken, noodles, and vegetables while he's in the bathroom and can't defend himself. You can't do that. That's low, man. All right, guys, this last one, I'm gonna turn a corner on this one. This one's real fun. What do you call it when your dad jizzes on your chest? Compadre. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my time. You have been a wonderful audience. Are you guys ready for your first improv troupe of the evening? Very funny crew. They have more Facebook likes than people I've met in my entire life, like over 2,000, something like that. All the way from College Park here to bless the stage. Give it up for Erasable Inc.